everybody. Happy Monday. Our producer is making fun of us for both wearing black.
We're mourning Mondays.
We're mourning the fact that the weekend is over.
Yep.
Okay, so my parents had a great weekend. I wanted to share their leap day party pictures.
Wow.
You're going to like this, Tiff. I think you'll appreciate this because you're all about dressing up. So there's my parents at the party that's in Arizona.
Okay.
So everybody got a pair of frog eyes, you know, like leapfrog.
Oh, I didn't get that. Thank you.
So then everybody at the party wearing their frog eyes. But here's the best part is they play games. And I thought this was very creative of the host. So hold it up for just 1 second. One of the games was, I'd show the outside picture, was hunting for frogs in like the bushes and the lily pads in the pool. And then each one had a different point value. My dad won that game, apparently.
Cute.
Then the one on the left are like sort of like the, you know, you pop them, like you press on their tail and they leap into like, I think they had bowls or something.
Cute. Who won Naked Twister in that group?
Naked leapfrog. Naked leapfrg.
Put your head down.
My mom probably would win that. My mom won the now I'm distracted. The thing on the left, and that's her prize. Is she got a
bag,
frog golf purse.
Oh, cute.
Then the last game was around the fire pit. They all passed a stuffed animal, a frog. That's on the right. And then you had to name it. And my dad came up with the name Ribbit. And he won the mug that you see there on the left.
For the name Ribbit?
The frog. Yeah, like, if that was the most creative, you know, I don't know. But correct me, all the games, my parents went home with all the prizes. But I thought that was very fun.
Super cute.
And it made me realize you could probably make a party with just about any theme, anytime. But it was a fun way. A lot of people were talking about what if your birthday was on February 29th.
Yeah, because how old would they have been? That's what we should have figured out. How old would they have been?
Right.
You know?
Well, and my youngest daughter, she's all about getting her driver's license. And so it's 6 months is when you have to be driving or something for 6 months to get your temporary or something. She's like, her friend who was born on the 29th, she has to go to March 1st. With the like permit amount of time, so I just thought that was kind of funny.
Well, I told you the joke is if you're a leap baby, you get your license on your 4th birthday. You know, that's how it works out. So it's like it's kind of cute. It's like, oh, you're 4. Yeah, you get your license.
You can drive now.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. That's really cute.
Yeah,
I love
fun.
We always talk about restaurants and like just etiquette and things that kind of annoy us. And there's this interesting little list of like the most annoying things that you can do at a restaurant. But I had to admit it, because we've talked about this a lot, where like it used to be the thing where you could just kind of put your phone face down or leave your phone out, you know, but not look at it, or like I set an alarm. Well, they're saying even that is rude to do now. And first of all, they're saying, and the table's dirty, it's putting it away. And I've noticed now the more that I go out and I have my phone face down, most people don't have their phone on the table at all.
I've noticed that too.
Have you?
Yes, I've noticed people don't even have it anywhere in sight. And I've read that too, that the most polite thing obviously is to have it, you know, off and in your purse or your pocket or whatever.
So I kind of had to call myself out on that, because I felt like I was sort of ahead of the game for a while. Now I'm like way behind the game in the etiquette on what to do with your cell phone for dinner.
I still think you're ahead of a lot of people though, because you don't look at your phone or answer it. You set an alarm so that you're not late to an appointment or wherever you have to go next.
Or I don't even look at the time.
So that you can pay attention in the conversation. Yeah. So I actually think that's, if you're going to have it out, that is the absolute best situation.
Interesting. Okay, well, a couple of things that made the list. Yeah, right.
How often do you hear that?
Quite often. So a couple of things that made the list, which you can guess: snapping at the waitress or waiter. No, don't do that.
Who does that?
My grandmother used to do that. Yeah. Oh yeah, she used to do that. She used to be like, and she called everybody Lovey. So then when they came over, it like softened the blow. You know?
I would love to be called Lovey.
And I told you my dad did this when he needed a drink. He would just go like this.
Oh, like tap it forward
and keep inching it towards the edge of the table until a server came.
That's one way to do it.
That's annoying too.
Yeah.
Like it come from apparently a long line of rude and annoying people.
They got all these personal examples.
This one I thought actually was really good to help you with is under tipping, because a lot of people when they get bad service, they want to under tip the server. They say that's a no-no when it comes to etiquette. What you should do is contact the manager and tell them that there was a problem. Oftentimes they'll adjust your bill and then you still tip accordingly on that bill.
And isn't it 20% at restaurants? Yeah. It's supposed to be. And remember, our etiquette person said tipping is not optional because of what wait staff get paid.
So I thought that was interesting because everyone I know would say if you get really bad service, they would just tip 15% instead of 20%.
Yeah.
They say don't do that. Contact the manager because clearly there's an issue there.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good point.
I think so too. And then you still tip, or if they adjust the bill, you're going to pay a little bit less in tip. Which is interesting. It's our sound off question today. Go to our Facebook page. We want to know what's the most annoying thing someone can do at a restaurant.
Yeah, give it to us.
Yeah, we love hearing your pet peeves on this Monday. Go ahead and pop off.
Yeah.
Speaking
of hearing, right?
Speaking of hearing, one of my focuses or intentions this year, I don't say resolutions usually, but was to just listen better, mostly to my kids, to be very active listening, because I'm so busy. I feel like sometimes like, yeah, and then they'll be like, you didn't hear me, you weren't listening.
Right.
So Martha Beck, O's resident life coach.
She's my favorite,
She's
by
cool.
the way. I love Martha Beck.
She wrote Finding Your Way in a Wild New World, How to Listen Better. One of the things you have to do is fire up the neurons in your brain so that you're in touch with someone else's experience, because you want that empathy.
So empathy.
Empathy is huge. They say it's all about reflecting what you're hearing, not offering advice or commentary.
Yeah.
Guys are really good at trying to fix it, right? Then they also say to imitate or mimic in a respectful way the person's posture, their breathing, because then you're putting yourself more in tune with them. But they also say that you would say something like, what I'm hearing is that it distresses you that your husband wears his tiara in public. Or, wow, I can just tell from your voice that you're really stressed out about this. So in other words, like hearing them, if you must add something, they said you want to have them disconfirm what you say. So in other words, you would say something like, I'm thinking it's not so much that you're embarrassed that your husband wears his tiara in public. It's more like you want one of your own. Am I wrong about that?
So is it the last sentence? Am I wrong about that?
Yes, it's that disconfirming part, because what they say is you do not.
I didn't get the disconfirming. That's a hard double negative or something.
Yeah, because what they're saying is if you say, am I right? Then it's like it's an authority thing, or it's like confirming your own rightness in listening to someone. So it's more about having them disconfirm. I don't know. I just thought it was
say
interesting.
am I right all the time, because it is like a popular slang term. And
Am I
see
right?
how that goes over. Be like, here's 15% tip. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, and what they
It's
say,
bad service. Am I right?
they said, go ahead and say, am I right all the time, and no one will ever talk to you again. So you won't have to listen.
It's true. It's the worst. Yeah, I can take listening off the table.
Exactly.
That's good, though. I like that. Be a mirror.
Martha
Reflect back.
Beck. Yeah, so reflecting. There you go. Be a good listener today.